Good evening, everyone. Today we are with the father of the Constitution, James Madison, and his fellow running mate, George Clinton. Today we will be interviewing them to get their views on certain topics and affairs. Now, just to start off, where did you fellows grow up?
Well, I was actually born in the early 50s, 1751, long before the idea of independence for the colonies was around. My father of my same name took care of me on our estate, Montpellier. It was a good childhood. He taught me many things and helped me grow and get accepted into the esteemed College of New Jersey, where I finished the courses extremely quickly with a bachelor's, mind you, and soon went into military service.
Good evening. I was born in 1739 in Little Britain, New York. My parents, Charles and Elizabeth, immigrated from Ireland in 1729. My father was a farmer, and I had a brother named James. Humble beginnings, don't you think?
Now, Mr. Clinton, what made you want to become the New York governor?
I grew up in a very political family, so I was always interested in politics. After fighting for our country, I decided to pursue my dream of a political career. The position for New York governor was on the horizon, so I saw this as a stepping stone into politics.
That sounds lovely. Since you guys are running for president and vice, what makes you think that you can win?
I personally think we simply have the proper experience for this. Both Clinton and I have served in many political fields. We were both there at the Constitutional Convention. We've got the know-how and the determination to do it. I've even served in two union positions now, as one of the first representatives of the House and Secretary of State under my good friend Thomas. And with the British and French at each other's throats, you need someone who's dealt with these people before at the helm. I think the people of this United States will recognize that.
As Mr. Madison said, I think that we are both very experienced and we will listen to the people. I fought in many wars, including the Revolutionary and French and Indian War. As you know, I also had the honor to hold the position as New York Governor, War Governor, and Ambassador, which all gave me great experience and insight to qualify me for the position of Vice President.
How have you seen this nation? You were there at its founding. You two shaped this nation to be what it is now. What do you have to say about its progress?
We've really come so far from the days of the Constitutional Conventions. When I suggested the Virginia Plan and later on the Bill of Rights, we were just a small group of revolutionaries. But now here we are. After I helped organize the Louisiana Purchase as Secretary of State, we've now grown to cover half this continent. We can continue to expand, continue to manifest our God-given destiny, but we need strong leaders to do that, which Mr. Clinton and I will be. It may have been a long time since the Revolutionary War, but our patriotism still burns strong.
I would like to echo Madison's words. Once the Virginia Plan was implemented, we experienced tremendous growth and power. I feel that our leadership will allow our country to further prosper with the goals we want to achieve.
Continuing on that subject of the Revolutionary War, what do you guys think of the British?
The British can keep to themselves. I have nothing else to say. This impressment stuff they have going on, it's simply ludicrous. We're a sovereign nation and owe no loyalty to them. They need to stop parading around the Atlantic like they own it.
Our involvement would be completely unnecessary and a waste of resources. We could use these resources to further advance our plan for this country.
I understand why you feel this way. I'm assuming you've heard about France and Britain's current ongoing battle. This has been a very controversial question, but we would like your input. Do you think that the United States should get involved and help France fight Britain?
I've never been one to like a fight. Frankly, I'd rather avoid the fights. But I'm sure you've all heard of Henry Clay's recent speeches in Congress. Those warhawks have valid points, and I fear that if the British do not stand down, we will need to lead our nation into battle once more. But I have no doubt we can win that. We have some of the world's best generals right here in D.C.
Our country has a strong defense system, and I also believe we could win this battle, if necessary. However, I also believe that we should always avoid unnecessary fights, because lives will be lost. Within our country, we have our own troubles that should be settled first.
Kind of troubles.
As it stands, our main concern is figuring out what is best for the people regarding the bank.
What are your thoughts with the bank?
The first bank of the United States was Alexander Hamilton's prized possession. And I'm a Democratic Republican. You know what I think of those Federalists. I'd hate to see that holdout of his power stand strong, but I cannot deny its usefulness. I see a need to strengthen our economy, and the colonial dollar needs investments and help.
That just about wraps it up. It sure has been a pleasure talking to you. In this troublesome time, it has been wonderful to catch up with some of our nation's leading politicians. I'm sure we'll see you blast through this election. Good old Charles and the rest of his mates wouldn't stand a chance against some of the greatest founding fathers in Union history. Good night.